Right, last couple of questions. So hopefully you have been going pretty well so far. Question 8, if two lines are parallel, they obviously need to have the same slope. Okay, so if they're parallel, sloping the same way. So that leads on to question 9, where we have two equations and we're told find D if they are parallel. So what I'd like you to do is put down your thinking. Tell me if they're parallel, that means they have the same slope. So now let's get the slope of each line. Remember, to get the slope we need y by itself. If we look at 2x take 3y equals 6, we can rearrange this to get y by itself. You can either get rid of the take 3y by adding 3y to both sides, or you can get rid of the 2x by subtracting. Now, I've already done one like this, so I think we'll change it around and we'll get rid of the 2x this time. So we'll keep the 3y where it is. We're going to subtract 2x from one side. What I do to the other one side, I do to the other side, so we end up with minus 3y. Don't forget to leave the negative in front of that 3y. Otherwise you're changing the way that it slopes. And so again, at this point, we can say, haha, our slope, it's not just the minus 2, it's minus 2 divided by the coefficient of x, which is minus, coefficient of y, which is minus 3. And so therefore, we end up with positive 2 over 3. Okay. Now, the other equation we've got is dx plus y equals 7. So again, we want to get y by itself, so we have to get rid of dx. That means I'm going to subtract dx from both sides. When I subtract it from the left, I'm left with the y, and I can go 7. I can write 7 take dx, or I can write minus dx plus 7. Same thing. So therefore, the slope of this line, coefficient of x, which is minus d. So if the two lines are parallel, the slopes have to equal each other, so therefore minus d equals 2/3, but I don't want minus d, I just want d. So that means it's minus 2 over 3, because even though we can't see it, it's technically minus 1 times d. So to get rid of that negative 1, we multiply or divide. Okay, that's number 9. And then we can go up here, find the value of b if 3b lies on this equation. Remember, if it lies on it, it will fit the rule. So this is your x value here. This is your y value. So we're going to substitute in, and even if you thought didn't know what to do, what else could you do? So just sub. So we know that this rule, it's not just 2x, it's 2 times x, right? That thing there is 2 times x. So our x value is 3, so it's 2 times 3. It says minus 3 times y, so it's 3 times, what is our y value? It's b equals 5. So work this out, it's 6 minus 3b equals 5, and now we have to rearrange to get b by itself. So we're going to keep the minus 3b there. Let's get rid of that plus 6. All right, why is it a plus 6 in front? Because there's a positive. So to get rid of that, we subtract. So it's 5 minus 6. So we've got minus 3b equals minus 1. Get rid of the times negative 3, we divide by negative 3, and a negative divided by negative gives me a positive. So b is positive 1/3. Hope you're all going tick, tick, tick. We're getting all of this right. Okay, find r if it's perpendicular to this one. So same thing we did in y, in 9.1. We first have to find the slope of each of these lines. Okay, so again, let's start with 8x minus ry equals 1. So again, we want to get y by itself. I think in part 1 we kept the y on the left and whatever. Let's change it up. So here I want to get rid of a take ry. So to get rid of the take ry, we add ry. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Okay, and while I'm here, I want to get rid of that plus 1 from this side because I want just y by itself. I'm going to get rid of it. So to get rid of a plus 1, we take 1 from the other side. So it becomes 8x take 1 equals, on this side I've got ry because those cancelled out. Okay, and to get rid of the times r, we will divide, but remember we don't want it in y-intercept form. We just need y by itself to get the slope, so we know that that's going to be 8 over r. We do the same with our other equation, 3x take 2y equals 6. Once again, I'm going to keep the 3x. The 6 comes over, it becomes negative. This is a plus 2y, it's a take 2y, so you've got to add it to get it on the other side. And therefore, my slope here is going to be 3 divided by 2. Okay? All right, here we go. So, because they're perpendicular, we can't just say they're equal. If we say this equals the other, then that would mean they're parallel. So one of them we have to flip and reverse the sign. Now either one will do, but I'm going to flip this one because my unknown is downstairs. If my unknown was upstairs, then I would flip the other one. Okay, so we have to flip. It's r over 8, but remember we have to give it the opposite sign. So minus r over 8 equals 3 over 2. To get rid of the divide by 8, I'm going to multiply. So that's 8 times 3 over 2, and we're going to flick the minus over. So this becomes minus 12. You can check that on your calculator. That was a harder one, so hopefully you got that one correct. Okay, and last but not least, a circle has centre minus 6, 3. Find the equation of the tangent to the circle that touches the circle at minus 1, 2. So draw yourself a little diagram. It doesn't have to be to scale. I'm not going to think too much of this. I'm just going to say this is minus 6, 3. So minus 1, 2, let's say it's around here. Got that tangent. So remember what two things you need to find the equation of a straight line: slope and a point. Now we have our point is minus 1, 2, but we do not have the slope. Lucky for us, we've got 2 points here on this line, which is perpendicular. So I'm going to find the slope of between those 2 points, and then I can flip it and reverse the sign. So my slope, remember, is y1 take y2, or the other way around. So 3 take 2 is 1. I better write that down for you, shouldn't I? So 3 take 2 all over minus 6 take negative 1. So that becomes plus 1. So 3 take 2 is 1, minus 6 plus 1 is negative 5. So therefore, my perpendicular slope will be positive 5. I'll write that as 5 over 1 when I do my equation of the line, equation of the tangent. So 5 over 1 equals y minus 2 over x take 1, which becomes plus 1. We sort of do this in our sleep by now, I would hope, equals y take 2. Doesn't say what form to put the equation in, so you choose, right? You can't leave it like this. You either go y-intercept form or general form. I'm going to go for the general form. That's my fave. Get rid of the plus 5, take 5, we get minus 7. So hopefully you've done reasonably well. You've fixed up any errors that you have had and gone back and checked. Feel free to do some more practice. If you nailed it, well, I think you're ready for the test. Good luck.